Hi guys, it's Mrs. Longmire here. In our last lesson, we talked about how readers question and predict, and we really focus on how they predict, how they take clues and they put clues together and they come up with a guess, or sometimes we call that infer. They infer, they take all the clues and they make a really good guess based on the clues. And so we put infer on our chart and we looked at the silhouette head and how you take all of those details, you collect the details and then you start to put patterns together and you've got some things up in your memory that you remember about, and then you finally make a prediction. And then you read on to find out if you were right. And so the song went, read, read, read the text, question while you go, predict what will happen next, read on so you'll know. So you read, read, read the text with your reading voice, and then you start to have questions. Your thinking voice starts to ask you questions while you're reading. And then you predict, you guess what you think is going to happen next based on the clues you're finding, and you infer, and then you have to read on to see if you're right. And if you were right, you confirm. You're like, yeah, I was right, right? Or you might be wrong sometimes, and your answer was wrong, but you have to think again. You go back and kind of adjust your thinking, and then keep reading. That's what good readers do. They keep reading. Well, today we're going to work on a new skill, and it's called preview. And I know some of you may have seen previews in movies, sort of like a little commercial to tell you what the movie's going to be about. And you kind of you watch the preview and you can know what's going to happen in the movie. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to learn how to preview when we're reading. And if you look at the little guy in the picture here, he's got on a mask, kind of like a thief. Or a robber or a burglar, wears a mask like that, and they're looking to steal stuff. Well, today we're going to be looking to steal information. We're going to be an information thief. We're going to try to steal all the information that we can before we even read a single word. Okay? And so that's called preview. And I'm going to put that same picture with the same little guy, I'm going to put it up on our chart here, and it's called preview, and we're going to do it before we even read the text. We're going to preview. We're going to try to steal all of the information, all of the clues that we can before we even read. Okay, and I'm going to show you what this could look like. And I actually made a mask today, and we're going to, at the end of the lesson, I'm going to show you this pattern to make this mask. If you want to make a mask, we're going to have a link so you can click on it and make your own mask if you want. But I'm going to use this today to preview, and I'm going to show you what this could look like with a book, and then I'm going to let you help me do it as well, where we're going to try to steal all the information we can before we read. Okay, and so we're going to use a new website today called Oxford Owl, and I'm going to put the link in with the lesson too, in case you're interested in this website. It's free. Your parents can set up an account and you can read free books on there. But the book that I'm going to start with today is called Top Dog. And so I'm going to look through the book, and some of you probably have done this before. You've done this with your teachers. Maybe you've read a book like this, Who Sank the Boat, and you look at the picture and you go back through and you look at all of the pictures before you even read. Yeah. And so you've done this before. You've done a picture walk or a book walk, and you try to gather all the information you can before you start to read the book. But not just kindergarten and first graders do this, guys. Older students do it. Third, fourth, fifth grade, even high school, even adults do this. Adults, when we're looking, maybe we're looking at a manual to put something together, a new piece of furniture, and we'll look at the picture of all the parts, and we'll look through the manual before we even read a word to try to see if we can figure out the order that it's going to go in. Good readers do that. They preview. They try to be an information thief and steal as much information as we can before we even read. Okay, and so I'm going to read this book, Top Dog, and before I read it, I'm going to preview. Okay, so if I look at the front cover, I see lots of adults there standing and looking at these dogs. I see lots of dogs. I see little dogs. I see big dogs. I see a yellow dog with an owner, with a leash there, with a boy holding on to him. And then if I look at that woman in the picture, she has a name tag that says judge, and she has a trophy that says top dog. So she must be the judge, and she must be giving an award to a dog. And I'm starting to use my thinking voice. Like, I wonder how you even get the trophy. What makes you the top dog? And I wonder which of these dogs is going to win. Top dog. So I'm gonna flip through the pages here, and I'm not gonna read the words yet. But look, I see the words dog show. So it must be a dog show, and I see lots of people with dogs on leashes, and they're all sitting up on sort of like a blue stage there, and people are all looking at them. If I turn the page here, oh, I see a man. And the ribbon says third, and he's handing it to that little girl there. So her little dog must have got third place in the competition. Okay. What other information can I steal? Well, now it says second place, that ribbon, and it looks like he's getting ready to hand it to this big dog. He must have gotten second place. Oh, and if I look, his eyes are like, am I going to get one? He's thinking, am I going to win? And this little dog's thinking probably the same thing. And now it looks like he's got a first place ribbon, and he's pointing to the white dog. So maybe they're getting the first place. Maybe that's going to be the top dog. Oh, and look at their faces. They look so sad, don't they? And he's looking like, did I not win? So I'm wondering what they're going to do. So if I turn the page, looks like they're back home. Oh, and look, they made their own ribbon there that says best of all. And it looks like they got their own cup, like the dog one, top dog cup. They got their own cup, and they are wanting to make sure their dog knows that they love him, right? And that they think he's best of all. Okay. So let's think about this. All the information that I got, that I stole before I even read. I know it's about a dog competition. I know they're giving third and second and first place. I know that they're giving out ribbons. I know that this dog didn't win, but when he got home, they made their own ribbon and cut for their dog so that they know that they love him. All right, so look at all that information that I stole, and I haven't even read a word. Now, let's go back and let's actually read the text. Let's read the text, and we may still have questions, and then we'll kind of see if we were right, if our predictions were right. Okay, so it says, look at all the dogs, and there are lots of dogs, right, in the competition. We like this dog. This is a little dog. So we were right. The little dog got third place, right? Let's turn the page. We like this dog. This is a big dog. So the big dog got second place. That's what we predicted when we previewed the text, right? He got second. We all like this dog. This is the top dog. And they're pointing to the white dog, right? And he's getting first place. And look, they look pretty proud, and the dog looks proud, right? And remember, we were thinking, oh, they look kind of sad, don't they? Let's read the last page. We like Floppy best of all. So we were right. This is their dog, Floppy, and they like him the best. And so they wanted him to feel special, even though he didn't win in the dog show. So they made him his own ribbon that says best of all, and they're giving him his own top dog cup. Okay. And so you saw me and how I pulled out the details, and I was an information thief. I looked at lots of different things in the pictures and stole all the information I could before I even read a word. And that really helped me to understand what the story was going to be about. And that can help me to read it. Okay. So now I want you to try it. Now you're going to get a chance to try it. Okay. And we're going to do it with this book called Stuck in the Mud. So I want you to think about, look at that very front cover and just try to predict what you think this book might be about. Use your thinking voice. Yeah. Did you say the sheep's going to get stuck in the mud? And all these people are looking and pointing. Do you think they might help the sheep? Maybe, right? Let's do some more previewing. Let's look through the book. It looks like, think about what you think's happening here. Did you say they're taking a walk? And it looks like it may have rained, and so it's muddy, and they all have boots on. Did you say that? And look, the dog's paws look muddy already, don't they? And look, they're still walking. What do you think's happening here? Did you say he hears something? He's kind of holding his ear, isn't he? What a great prediction. I think he hears something, right? Maybe he's going to find out what it is. Maybe he hears a sheep, right? Yeah. Think about what you think is happening. What information can you steal? They're all looking, aren't they? Look at the dog's ears. He's like, oh, it's like they see something, right? Is that what you said? They all see something. Oh, it's the sheep, right? What do you think they're going to do? Did you say they're all running down there? You think they're going to help the sheep get out? What do you think's happening here? Use your information. Dad, did you say Dad's going to help pull him out? Dad is deeper than the other ones, isn't he? He went first. And now they're all kind of helping, aren't they? What do you think's happening here? They're lifting him out, aren't they? They're trying to pull him out, but it looks like they're getting deeper and deeper. Is that what you said? What do you think happens here? Did you say they got the sheep out? Yeah. What else? Did you notice Dad's boot? He lost his boot, didn't he? Is that what you said? Now what's happening? Dad realizes it, doesn't he? Is that what you said? Dad lost his boot. What do you think she's going to do? Did you say she's going to go get it? Yeah. What do you think happened? Did she get his boot out? Yeah. But look, now she's stuck. What do you think they're going to do? You think they're going to be able to get her out? Great job. So let's think about all of the information that we stole before we even read this. Well, we know it's about a sheep stuck in the mud, right? They heard a sheep and they went to try to find it. And we know that Dad went in first. And when he was trying to pull the sheep out, he lost his boot, right? And then they went back to get his boot. And now we think she might be stuck. But look at that. Look at all that information that you know, and we have not even read one word. That's awesome. You did such a great job previewing the text. You have so much information now, and that's going to help you to read the story. So let's go back to the beginning, and let's actually read this book. I'll be the reading voice, and you can help me think. Okay? The children went for a walk. It was a muddy walk. Well, you were right there, right? You talked about how it was muddy and they had mud on their boots. Great job. What a muddy path, said Biff. Bah, bah. What was that? Asked Chip. Well, you guys noticed that. Remember, you noticed he heard something? So he did hear the sheep bah, saying bah, right? Bah, bah. What is that? Asked Wilma. It's a sheep, said Dad. Put Floppy on a lead. They're saying, They see the sheep, right? Let's go get him. Put Floppy on a lead. They're going to go down and try to find him. Oh no, said Chip. A sheep is stuck in the mud. The sheep couldn't get out. The mud was too deep. Remember, you were right. Look how he was all the way down. All his legs were covered, right? And he's yelling out for help. Help me get out. Help me get it out, said Dad. Dad went to help the sheep. He sank into the mud. We noticed that, didn't we? Dad went down first, and look how deep he is in the mud. Wilma and Chip went to help. They sank into the mud. And we talked about that, how they were helping Dad get the sheep out. They were getting him out. Dad pushed. Wilma and Chip pulled. They got the sheep out. Bah, bah, went the sheep. That's the page we noticed. They got him out, and they were so happy and excited. And then remember, we noticed Dad's boot. Wilma and Chip were muddy. Dad had lost a boot. Wilma went to get Dad's boot. That's where they noticed the boot was off, and Wilma, went to go get it, didn't she? Help, said Wilma. Now I'm stuck. And we talked about that. She got his boot out, but now she's stuck. So what do you think they're going to do? Think they're going to help pull Wilma out? Great job. You did such a good job. And that was so easy to read because we did such a great job of previewing the text, stealing all of the information that we could before we even read a word. And that's what good readers do. So if you were in Mrs. Longmire's class, I would have you do another book like this that's on Oxford Owl. I'll put the link in with the video, but it's called By the Stream. And I would have you do that very same thing. I would have you preview, look at every single page, steal all the information that you can before you even read a word. And if you would like to make your own mask, I'm going to put the mask right here that you can print out, or I'll put it up on the screen so that you could even hold a piece of paper up and trace it and cut it out, sort of like we did with the magnifying glass. Or if you have a printer, you can print it out. Or if you don't have paper, you could always just use your hands and make your own little information thief mask with your hands. But I want you to look at all of those details, look at every single page and pull out all the information that you can before you read the book. And if you don't have access to this, you could do any book. Good readers do this with every book they read. They look through all the pages and steal out all the information they can. So if you were in Mrs. Longmire's class, that's what I would have you do. But your teacher might have an even better